Hey everyone, Nick here and welcome back to NickTube. And welcome back to our Five Nights at Freddy's character concept series. So the character I've created for today's video is known as Annie The Ankylosaurus. So we'll go through this character's backstory, gameplay mechanics and all that good stuff as well. But before we do any of that, do be sure to leave a like and subscribe to NickTube as it helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. As always, I just want to state that everything I say in this video isn't linked to the overall universe and lore of FNAF. This is just a character and story that I've made, so keep that in mind and enjoy. But alrighty everyone, with that all out of the way, let's get into the character concept for Annie the Ankylosaurus. So, previously in our Five Nights at Freddy's character concept series, we've been looking into the strange events that have been taking place at the Friendly Fossil Pizzeria. So far we've met a whole cast of dino characters. In the beginning they started out very friendly and cheerful, but these dino animatronics soon turned into something much darker. So far we've met Albert the Allosaurus, Gus the Giganotosaurus, and Talon the Therizinosaurus. All of these characters have been affected in some way by a mysterious presence here at the pizzeria. And it's up to our night guard character to get to the bottom of this mystery. Throughout each night they have tried their very best to survive the oncoming attacks from each character. And every time they manage to keep the dino characters at bay and stop them from getting into the security office. But unfortunately for the night guard, they're about to meet another dangerous animatronic dinosaur. And this time, staying safe from this deranged dino won't be so easy. The night guard will need to be on their A-game if they want to get out of here alive. But let's first meet this character before they were horribly corrupted. So the next friendly character we're introducing is known as Annie the Ankylosaurus. Annie is quite the bright and happy character. She's always in a good mood and ready to greet the customers and perform up on stage. Her role up on stage is that of the guitar player. Annie plays in the funky fossil band next to Albert and Talon. But there's much more to her than just being the guitarist. She has a bright orange and yellow colour scheme with the famous features of the Ankylosaurus. Annie's most prominent feature is her armoured back and tail that is covered with many lumps and bumps. She's also sporting the large armoured tail and horns on her head. The Ankylosaurus was known to be quite the heavily armoured and tough dinosaur. And when it comes to Annie, she is no different. Her animatronic body is very sturdy and well designed. Annie's hard outer shell protects her endoskeleton from any possible damage or accidents. No amount of food or spilled drink would ever be able to breach her tough outer body. This being the case, it was very rare for Annie to ever need repairs or maintenance. She was always a reliable animatronic that the company could rely on. So when it came to her tragic event that took place one night at the pizzeria, none of the workers knew how such an awful thing could have happened. Annie's body was meant to be tough and could withstand any wear and tear. But when they found her with her outer shell ripped off and missing her mechanical lower jaw, it was truly a mystery. All the footage from the cameras appears to be missing. One moment she was perfectly normal, and the next, everything went wrong. The workers from the pizzeria were too frightened to come into work. The pizzeria was shut down for a few weeks until they could find out what on earth was happening. During this time, Annie was locked away inside the pizzeria with all the other characters. Of course, the night guard was still looking after the restaurant at night and also was on the lookout for any intruders. But as hard as they looked, there was no sign of any break-in or anyone else being at the pizzeria. It was almost like whatever was happening was taking place inside the pizzeria this whole time. While the night guard was looking at the camera footage, they noticed something strange about Annie. She didn't seem like her cheerful self anymore. There was no longer the same character behind those eyes. Instead, it was something much darker. Something that was now making its way to the security office as we speak. So now, let's get into the gameplay section of the video. As always, the gameplay is based on the classic FNAF formula of observation and management. Annie's starting position will always be in the main party room, and she'll start moving at around 3 AM. She'll always approach the right-hand door, and when the player sees her, they'll need to keep the door closed. Sometimes Annie will knock on the door with her heavily armoured tail. If the player hears 2 knocks, then it's safe to assume she has walked away from the door. If they hear 3 knocks, then that means she is planning to stay at the door for at least 15 more seconds. But if the player hears 4 knocks, then they need to close both doors immediately, because it wasn't Annie who made those 4 knocks. And whoever it is will be waiting to attack when you least suspect it. But if the player can keep up with all of Annie's attempts to enter the office, then they'll surely be safe. But if they fail to keep up their guard, then they'll be greeted with a classic FNAF jump scare. So I think that Annie the Ankylosaurus would be another interesting animatronic to add to our roster of characters. I think her design fits in very well with the dinosaur theme, and I think she'd fit in very well with the world of FNAF. Her personality and bright, cheerful colours make her quite the nice and inviting character, but her disturbing, withered version will surely give the player the creeps and make them feel quite uneasy. With her many attempts to get into the security office, it won't be very easy to survive the night. But if the player does their best and keeps an eye out, then surely they'll live to see another day. Alrighty everyone, well that's all we have for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting and subscribing, as it helps out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. As always, do be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of Annie the Ankylosaurus and what you'd like to see going forward. Also, I just want to say a very big thank you to everyone who watched today's video and helped support the new channel as well. It means a lot to me, and I hope you're all enjoying the new content as well. But alrighty everyone, until the next Five Nights at Freddy's character concept video, I'll catch you later, bye.